Welcome, Aries. This is your weekly focus for March the 25th through to the 31st. I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. Thank you for being here. And let's just dive right into the cards. It is your birthday month, so happy birthday to you. And what, in 2 weeks? In 2 weeks, we're going to have the solar eclipse in your sign. So there should be a lot of energy coming out here today for you. Let's find out the World card. Of course, the World card, I said that. And the World card is here to tell you to let go of some things in your life, to tie up some loose ends, to leave some things in your rearview mirror so that you can really step upon a new path. This card is the last card of the major arcana. Okay, and then we go back to the Fool, the new beginning, the new start. So this card symbolizes that there is a path right around the corner for you, a brand new path. Opportunities, adventures, maybe love. So a very fitting card. Then we have the Seven of Wands. And I think you're getting a strong and solid idea of where you want to go, where you want to put your focus, your attention. Okay, it could be on your personal growth. It could be a journey of self-discovery. And this is you taking some bold steps towards your goals. Maybe you're announcing it to others. Maybe you are asking for help. Maybe you are clarifying to people who you are, what you stand for, what you represent. I get this inner strength coming out of you, this confidence. And I think you're saying, some things are not working in my life and therefore they must change. And some things need to come into my life. And therefore I'm opening up the opportunities for those things to come in by showing up, by being present, by doing what's needed. We also have the Three of Swords. So definitely a time of healing. I don't get this in the third position as being something coming in, but rather something we have to deal with. Now, I kind of got that personal growth thing happening, so it could be something internal where you haven't forgiven yourself yet for something. You feel in some way it was your fault. You should have said, you shouldn't have said, you shouldn't have done, you didn't do. The what ifs in life. And so this is like something that you need to leave in the rearview mirror. This is something that you need to let go of. These are things that you need to, work through. Okay, and I'm not telling you to ignore any kind of heartache or scars or pain or hurt. In fact, I'm telling you to embrace those things, to get to know them, to understand them for why they're there. To know that you've learned the lesson. Otherwise, you wouldn't have walked in that direction in the first place. You wouldn't have done that action. You wouldn't have said those words. Hindsight's always 20/20, isn't it? So allow some healing energy to come into your life this week. Absolutely. Let's look in work and career. We have the Three of Wands. We are deciding here. No decision is laid. We've got all kinds of different ideas coming in, and stay open to that because I think there'll be more ideas coming in. Okay, or it could be something like a whole new beginning that you want to step into. What does it look like? What do you need to do? Eventually, we move over to the second one. We look out and towards our tomorrow and we envision maybe something completely different, or we put things in, we take things out. Eventually, we move over to the third one and we start to make that decision. We know what's best for us. We know the path we want to take. So this, and I kind of get this new beginnings here, but we'll see what comes up. We have the Four of Swords. And the Four of Swords kind of relates with the Three of Swords in the fact that you need to heal. You need to recuperate. You need to, and a lot of us, and I mean, the moon is definitely, it's opposing you this week, right? Because it starts off in Libra. So it's directly across the sky from you. And so this could weigh on you. This could burden you. This could tire you out. This could make you feel like you just don't have the giddy up and go that you want. Okay? But I'm telling you to honor those feelings within you. That if your body is saying take a break, that you should take a break. Otherwise, it usually leads to worse health conditions. Because trust me, if your body wants you to go down and you refuse, eventually the body wins. It figures out a way to take you down. So do it on your terms, okay? This is taking off the armor. This is hanging up the weapons. This is laying down, recuperating, taking care of ourselves, pampering ourselves in some way, allowing us any downtime that we seem to need. Because we know when we get up, that light coming through that window is on the other side of that door. We know that the sun is going to infuse us, to strengthen us, to move us forward in the way we want. But we have to have a little bit of a skip in our step in order to really step into the things we want to step into. We also have the Hierophant. The Hierophant could be a mentor coming in, a teacher coming in, somebody that's going to show you the ropes, somebody's going to tell you about their experiences walking the path that you now want to walk. You could be the teacher here as well, depending on your circumstances in life. You could become the teacher, you could become the mentor. So if you've never thought of maybe, being a coach or something, this would be a time when you might want to look into that and see, because it's some kind of leadership. Maybe you want to be the boss, maybe you want to be the CEO. These are the times to look at those things, because it's a position of strength and power, but it's based on your heart and your knowledge and your wisdom. Ask your angels for helpful people to lighten your load. Working too many hours, trying too hard to please others. People pleasing. Okay, when it comes to pleasing others, I get it. And we want to make other people happy in our life, but it shouldn't come at the expense of your happiness and your joy. So make sure you're not crossing that line here, especially when it comes to pleasing the boss, hoping to be put in line for that raise or that promotion. Okay, if you're not getting paid for it, you're doing these little extras, you're actually lowering your pay, right? Because you're putting in more time and you're still walking away with the same amount of pay. So don't do that to yourself. Ask your angels for helpful people to lighten your load, and that could be your personal life in order that you have time for your professional life. It could be people within your profession and asking them to do some things so that you can free up your time and energy to focus on what you need to do. There's a better way. Pause for reflection and insight. Dare to be different. Dare to be different. I kind of got that with this card here. To be dare to be different. To stand up and announce who you are. To start collaborating with people so that you can take the right steps forward. There's a better way. So I do believe that some kind of information is going to be coming in. So don't be too hasty to step in any one area. But I do believe that we are looking for the new beginnings, the new starts in our life. Pause for reflection. Pause for insight. So have those conversations seemingly with yourself. We also have starting a new life. Yeah, it all started with the world card, right? You're about to enter a brand new phase. It's almost like It's almost like you are kind of in this limbo, okay? And I've been doing a lot of readings lately, and a lot of people seem to be in this no man's land kind of thing. Like we are closing doors, and we are preparing to open doors, but we kind of seem kind of in an influx there. Starting a new life, finding your purpose, a forgiving and compassionate review of the past. So, a forgiving and compassionate view of the past. So, once again, it is telling you to let go, okay? Forgive yourself. Allow yourself to move past something. You are only human, okay? You're only doing what a human would do. That's it, okay? So don't hold it so hard and heavy to your heart. Forgive yourself and move on. Leave it in the rear view mirror. That is a lot of this reading. Okay? And so what happens is, if we're not doing that in our personal life, what happens is the energy rolls over into our work life, our love life, our our friendships, our relationships, what we do in the community, our health and well-being. Let's look at love. Got the Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles is not hanging on to something. So, here you have this really good friend, and no matter how much you try to help them, it doesn't seem to matter what you do for them. It's kind of like letting people go and just stand on their own 2 feet and worry about what you are doing, and let go of, just let them, they'll survive. Every one of them will survive, okay, without you doing for them. I get this people pleasing in here again. That, yes, it's wonderful to make them smile, but at what cost? Now, in some ways, just seeing a smile on somebody's face that we love is more than enough reward. We don't need anything more than that. But in other situations, definitely we need to have a win-win situation in our lives. We need to have that two-way street. We need to receive from them as much as they receive from us. And this is a little bit about pulling your energy back towards you this week. Seeing who you are. Who you want to be, maybe within the relationship, but also as the independent. We have the Two of Pentacles. There's a balance that is needed when we go forward. This is definitely about making a decision. We don't want to miss opportunities through procrastination. So if you've been humming and hawing about having that conversation or asking that person out, this is not the time to procrastinate. I think any path forward is a good path forward, so long as you make a decision to step on that path forward. And we have the Two of Cups. So this could be new relationships coming in, new passions, new dreams, new desires. We meet somebody new. We revitalize. We put a spark into a long-term relationship. One that maybe has lost its luster. The honeymoon stage is over and you just kind of got into ruts. You can't seem to get out of those ruts. This is a time to try something new, something different, something imaginative, something innovative in order to put the spark back into that relationship. Maybe it's just being present. Maybe that's all it needs. But this is coming together. And we have codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. Maybe you're good. And once again, I get this people pleasing kind of thing. That you're in some way, making sure they like you, and you don't need to make sure they like you. They like you. They'll either like you or not like you, and not everybody's going to like you. So that's just a fact in life. All of our energies, even though we're all connected, some of us don't jive as well with others. Right? And other people, they're fine with, but not with us. And that's okay. We just have different energy. Addictions are affecting that. That could be something literal. So it could be a friend, somebody that you hold dear to your heart, a spouse. It could be a child. It could be a parent that has some kind of addiction problems that stands in the way of you really having a true bond together, or embracing that bond together, realizing the love from both sides. But make sure that they're not leaning on you too hard. Okay, once again, the people pleasing. Make sure they're not leaning on you in a way that suffocates you in some way. Okay, let's look at personal growth. We have the Tower card. This is the awakening. Something may happen that really rights your path, that really opens your eyes to something new and different, that, it's a life experience you won't forget very easily. It moves you in a certain direction. It sets you up for a new opportunity. It puts you exactly where you need to walk forward on that new path, the adventures, the opportunities. The Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is being she's a little frugal. She's also very confident. She knows the storm is past. So you too must realize that the storm has passed, that you have been through a lot of what you've had to go through in order to get to the here and now. That there probably is, with this energy at least, some clearer sailing, or we feel more confident in our steps going forward. Maybe we were doubting how we could go forward. This is a time when we feel very strong about where we are going, what we are planning. We know we can accomplish. We have the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so grow that dream a little bit bigger. Don't settle for less. Kind of energy coming in here. Don't dummy down your dreams just so that they're more realistic or achievable, but rather ramp them up to something that is truly, something that you think is next to impossible, because those are the dreams that will probably come through. We have the Owl. Follow your intuition. Yeah, follow that gut feeling. Very much follow that gut feeling. We are in a strong energy for our intuition to be extremely strong right now. Go with the flow, let things happen, so don't fight, okay? Don't try and swim against the current. Go with the flow, see what happens, be a little bit more of the observer and watch and listen and learn, rather than trying to take the lead and push through. We have the Epiphany, seek clarity. Yeah, I think something comes in here this week that really writes you on a new path, that puts you into a new position of an adventure, an opportunity. It's definitely about personal growth, self-discovery, believing in yourself again, putting yourself first again. Okay, I think you might have put yourself in a back seat in some situations. Could be environments, it could be with certain people, but it's time to move forward again and embrace those new beginnings and take bold steps towards your goals. Absolutely. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.